tuning in to the Awkward Thinking Podcast.
Welcome back. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back because, y'all be so quiet in the comments. We got some shy fans, bro.
Do we?
Yeah, we got some shy fans. Like, they pick and choose when they want to speak to us and when they don't. Like, what are y'all being shy for?
Maybe they scared. Maybe they nervous.
They are?
Yeah. Maybe they don't want us talking about them on the show.
I mean, that's a given. That when you sign up to become an intruder, that's what happens.
Are you even going to let them know that that's the name you decided to give them, niggas?
So, all right. So, a lot of y'all have been saying since our previous episode, like, these have been intrusive thoughts and stuff like that. So, with Awkward Thinking, to play off the thinking part of things, we decided to call y'all the intruders for Awk intruders, but it's intruders for intrusive thoughts. So
the
that's
fan base will be known as the intruders.
The fan base will be known as the intruders. So welcome, intruders, to Awkward Thinking.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is all yours.
So let's give a welcoming intro to the intruders. Welcome back to the Awkward Thinking Podcast. I'm your boy Nas, aka Stacks.
What up? I'm Vince,
and we are the friends you never knew you needed. Awkward Thinkers, man. Yeah. Anyway, a lot has been going on in this motherfucking world, per usual. You know what's been getting really scary to me? This AI stuff.
AI is getting scary.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, this is becoming too iRobot, Will Smith-ish, and this is not making me, like, settled.
You know what bothers me?
What?
About AI? It's not even just AI, but like self-checkout.
Go ahead, please.
Go, because you seem like you're excited.
No, go ahead. No,
because we got all these fucking self-checkout things, right? Mm-hmm. They never own. Nobody ever fucking using them. But we got rid of all these fucking registers. So now I got to wait in a bigger fucking line to scan my shit. AI is supposed to be helping us, right? Mm-hmm. The reason for technology and all this extra shit is supposed to help advance humanity. This should be crippling us.
Yeah.
How are we doing better if the shit is getting worse?
You know, I ain't gonna lie. What you strike with the AI shit, to me, with the self-checkout, I'm thinking, like, you know how the cameras get the motion. So what if it's like, they collect my whatever for AI, and then they kind of get a pattern of what I've liked and what I've gone from all the things that I've gotten in self-checkout.
They could, though. That would be crazy. That wouldn't
nuts.
even be surprising for real, because they'll just... all the data and shit that we use, even like the phones, everything, every time we order off the app, every time we like search and shit, all it is picking up who we are as a person.
Yeah.
And then they go start copying and pasting us.
I ain't gonna lie, it's getting scary. I don't know where I heard it from, but it can manipulate a lot of history. Like, just fake voiceovers, because you can manipulate the voice, you can, get the character traits. That can really shape like the whole universe in a whole different way, and changing a lot of narratives.
The thing is, especially with AI, we need to get it to a point where it's like, again, the shit is supposed to be here to help advance us. It's supposed to help us and alleviate shit that we didn't used to have to do. So like, I don't know, we got all this shit. It's supposed to be here to help alleviate shit, right? But it doesn't. It causes like even with some of the shit, you need another thing for the thing you already have. Look at a fucking laptop, right? With a laptop, you need a printer or something, right?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but if you at home and you doing shit, you got to go get a printer with it. Then not only do you got to go get a printer, but now you got to go get ink. Versus me being able to just dip shit in a bottle right there, or even using a pencil and paper and being able to write all fucking day. I got to go through all these multiple steps, and it does not make my life easier.
Yeah.
It just makes it different than what I'm used to.
Yeah. I just think with a lot of this AI stuff and it's scary, bro. Like, I just want people to stop trying to advance. Like, I feel like times are very simple. You know, and I didn't live in those times of the Roman era, and it could have been very gruesome and very barbaric, which, you know, it is said in certain histories. But I just don't see why we gotta keep advancing. What
don't
more?
need but so much.
That's what I'm saying. What more do we need? Honestly, what more as a human would I be like, I think I need something to take off my shoes or to do X, Y, and Z. Now I can understand, like, make things that's going to be productive as far as pollution, clean the air, like machines like that.
Like, in retrospective, self-checkout is a good idea. I can just go into the store, scan whatever I gotta scan, go home. I don't have to go through all the hassle of everything. It's supposed to be good, but it doesn't work like that because as humans, we've updated all this technology and shit, but we have not updated ourselves. We aren't any more compassionate as we used to be. Yeah. We don't do certain shit. Like, you can't keep updating the shit and not update the people.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, if you are going to put in self-checkout, but your fear is that the people will steal, then self-checkout does not work. Keep it how it was.
You know what I noticed that you just said, it kind of like makes us different. I was thinking about how people be like, my mom is so dramatic, you know what I mean? Or this person is so dramatic. And how technology has made us so desensitized to like that aspect of ourselves. Like, oh, they're being dramatic because somebody died. It's just another day. But it's just like, that's a reaction you're supposed to have. Like, what happened? Like, oh, you too happy? Like, that's normal ways of living. They lived before. I mean, not lived before video games, because that's when it was starting to, you know, be a thing. And that even goes into that big thing of what they're trying to do with the currency. I don't know too much onto that currency part, but they're trying to do it as you're not going to need cash anymore. Russia and China is doing this thing where it's about to be a law passed where certain like national parks and stuff like that won't be able to use cash. And I'm like, anytime, I think we just need to pay attention anytime Apple makes an update to their phones. Because Apple Wallet wasn't a thing and everybody didn't have it. So it was like a rarity. Like, oh, you take Apple, oh, we take Apple Pay, this and this and this and that. The third. So it was like 5 years it was introduced to go. So now that we're here, you're not going to need cash anymore. So that's what I'm saying. We got to pay attention to what is the first step, and then 5 years later, how it's going to be implemented into a law and things of that nature.
Because shit does work like that. It's a trickle down effect. It's not like even with the TikTok ban and shit. Even though they told us it was just TikTok, that shit is more than just TikTok now. All of a sudden, it's shit about that. It's the fucking cars and shit about using digital currency and everything. It's about restricting other countries from being able to have apps or internet services over here in America. It's much larger than what niggas let you know. Even with the I know y'all go hate me. Even with self-checkout, even though it's supposed to help us, all you did was get rid of jobs. Yeah. You just got rid of multiple jobs. If we got rid of 10 registers and put 5 checkout things there, and we are only using one of the checkout thing, the self-checkouts, we just got rid of 10 people for one computer. Yeah. That's it. We getting so much of that is happening where it's like they tell us, okay, this is for the benefit of us, but who does it benefit? None of this shit benefits us in the long run.
Yeah. Every time you bring up the self-checkout thing, I always think of the Willy Wonka when the dad lost his job from that robot that was making the caps and shit like that.
Just for them to hire him back so he can fix the robot. Yep. Because the robot broke. Certain shit don't make sense. Yeah. It does not make sense.
But people are nasty, so I kind of would rather a robot than a human, because people be doing some spiteful shit in those factories.
And they do, and I get that, but still, it's like, why, again, we need to update the people. Yeah. Why do we keep getting these iOS updates, but we don't have any updates for the people? Our government, our system, nothing has changed within the last 50 years let me not say that. Because that's erasing a lot of work that a lot of people have done. But nothing, the way that we interact as a society has not really changed. We still at odds with each other. We still always finding some reason to hate each other. There's always something in the way. There's always another person who we have to figure out how to hate.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. And this is probably like a sidebar, but like I miss commercials that told you just about regular working. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I was growing up, I wanted to work at that Honey Bunches of Oats factory. Yeah. That lady convinced the fuck out of me.
They was chilling.
They convinced me like,
she said, baby, you want some Honey Bunches?
Right. She was happy. She said, I don't come in. I smell like cereal when I come in. I don't smell like work. I'm like, this seems like the job to have. Like,
they seem happy as fuck, but I know they was in that factory sweating and going through it. I know them motherfuckers was suffering. That do not be good shit.
At all. Factory working is for the fucking birds. I lasted a week working in the factory. I could not do that shit. I ain't gonna lie. That was probably like the most depressing I ever was. I don't know how niggas do that shit.
That is some grueling shit. I ain't gonna lie, cause factory work, factory shit, that's where you need the AIs. That's where you need the fucking machine and shit. Have the machines do all this back bending and back breaking ass work.
Exactly.
I don't want to do that shit. Now let me ring up some fucking groceries for $30 an hour. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not give me a fucking chair like Aldi's does?
Yeah, what the fuck is that about? Like, to stand on your feet and all that shit. Like, why the fuck do I want to stand?
Because they need you to have fucking problems later on. They need you to have feet problems.
Yeah.
They need you to develop arthritis and shit. They need you to develop all these fucking chronic diseases. So later on, when it's time to collect money from them, they don't have to pay you because look at your lifespan now.
Another thing I was fixated on, because you was telling me about going to sleep and shit, and stuff like that, and to go into smooth, like, you go to sleep to like rain sounds and cricket moans and shit like that. You don't go to sleep to that no more?
Not rain sounds. It's not. It's binaural sounds. So like it is. It's not. So like
sounds that go both ways.
Nah. It's kind of. To me, it reminds me of like a whale or whatever, but it's supposed to help you enter into like a deeper sleep. I'm gonna play something real quick.
You need the thing, or you just want to? Do you feel that? Are you going through the tunnel?
Now the dog walks and he grabs his bone. He licks his bone and he enters into his little house. He makes a soft little pallet in the corner of his house.
Yeah.
He knows he'll be safe tonight. Oh. See, it be shit like that.
I was actually pretty relaxed doing that. I ain't gonna lie. But I've been going to sleep to like battle rap.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nigga. But it's so peaceful to me. Like, I don't know what it is. I think I need commotion. Like, I need a lot of commotion to go to sleep. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's how I was brought up. Because like I would go to sleep, it would be shit going on, and I can go to sleep decently.
Yeah, I can go to sleep with like a bunch of shit going on in the background. Like, it could be a whole house party. I curl up and be knocked the fuck out because I'm used to that. That was my background growing up. So for me, like, that's safe. Like, again, moving into the house by myself for a short while was like creepy because it was like, nigga, you hear everything in this house. Growing up, you couldn't hear everything in the house because so much was already going on.
Yeah, I can't go to sleep like I feel like anytime I go to sleep peacefully, as in like no sounds or nothing like that, I feel like that's when I have a nightmare.
When it's too quiet?
When it's too quiet, that's what I feel like is like my worst sleep ever. Like, I can't just go to sleep to silence. Like, I need a video to play for me to go to sleep. And then I was looking up something on the internet about sleeping with the TV on. I didn't even know it give you diabetes.
Really?
Yes.
How the fuck does sleeping with the TV on give you diabetes?
You're at risk when you're sleeping with the TV on. You're more at risk to get diabetes and heart disease. Because of the blue light.
Never fucking knew that. Maybe that's why I'm a diabetic.
You're not a fucking diabetic.
No, but that is crazy. I told you at one point in time I had to stop sleeping with the TV on. I grew up with that. Like, I would sleep with the TV on. I'd stay up all night, fall asleep watching TV, and I just grew up like that up until like 2017, the sophomore year of college. And it was like, something was just like, nigga, turn the TV off. Because I kept feeling like I'm not getting no rest. I'm not really dreaming. I'm not really sleeping and shit. something was just like turn off the TV. And once I started turning off the TV, it's like I can feel myself being able to sleep better. And then remember, we did have that talk about like creating your own space for your room.
Yeah.
So like
that failed miserably.
Yeah, I bet. So for me, I took the TV out of my room, and because I took the TV out of my room, what?
You didn't do it like forcibly, like
no,
he
I did
intentionally, nigga. We needed a TV downstairs, and he used the TV. That's the reason why. Go
what?
Ahead. Go ahead.
That wasn't the.
And you didn't want to mount it. And you didn't even want to mount the TV.
I didn't want to mount it.
Right.
I didn't know how. I didn't want to put a fucking hole in the wall for no reason.
Go ahead. But go ahead.
So part of the reason was we did need a TV downstairs, but I could have always just said, "Oh, I'm taking my TV back up," or I could have always just been like, "I got another TV."
Yeah.
I left the TV downstairs and shit, right? Because I was reading this book. I was reading the 5 Atomic Habits and shit, and it was like create your own space, like. With certain things, like when you going into your room, if your TV is in there, then you use your TV or you use your room for more than just sleeping. You need to occupy the space and like designate certain things for the space. So like if you are looking for a work area or whatever, or you want to be more productive, assign a room in your house or an area in your house where this is, when I'm right here, I only do work. I'm only doing this. So taking my TV out the room, it's like when I'm coming up to my room, I am only going to sleep. That's the goal when I go to my room. So when I go to my room, I know my body know, my brains know, nigga, you are going to sleep. This is what you are here for. Versus when I have a TV up there, now I'm watching TV, or like if I'm chilling in my room and I'm just watching TV, I'm used to chilling in my room. I'm not used to just laying down or going to sleep. I'm used to laying down watching TV, and maybe I fall asleep while I watch TV. But that's not really good.
Well, in other news, of course, we know about the Nashville shooting that's been going on. You know, and it may sound crazy to me to say this, but I'm so desensitized. It sounds like it's like on a content calendar how many times we have.
Yeah.
These shootings are always like around the springtime. It's never like a December. Now I could be wrong because I didn't do all my research on that, but it's never on winter times, like when it's cold. It's always towards when it's hot in springtime ish era. Yeah. So like it's always something going on like that. And I'm just kind of tired of, like, it's the same narrative, you know, it's the same thing. The person, like, why are we not protecting these kids? Why if we are in the police, whatever the fuck is going on with the police, I understand that, but nigga, if we need metal detectors, pass laws for metal detectors. I don't care how private a school is, public a school is, metal detectors are needed. Yeah. Because why are we not having metal detectors or X-rays and shit like that? Why is that only in a system where black kids got to go and to get them in a trained mindset of prison of that sort, or some type of jail system? I feel like if we going to keep implementing all these school shooters, stop allowing all these parent volunteers into these schools.
I don't think that's the problem.
I think that's a problem. You know why it's a problem? Because it grants access to intruders. It grants access to different people, because those people don't really check for. I go through a lot of schools, bro. A lot of schools don't do a lot of background checks.
Are they the ones doing the shooting? Are the parent volunteers doing the shooting?
It doesn't matter. It's still, if I'm a parent volunteer and I don't know, oh, well, this person works here, or he's a new hire, or anything like that, anything is bound to happen. I'm not saying every case is like, I'm just saying be cautious of the person that is coming into these schools.
And I fully agree, but you know what it all boils down to?
What?
It boils down to our government not caring enough about the kids in our country, and not caring enough to actually protect them. Gun laws need to be put in place. Kids shouldn't even have access to guns the way that they have access to guns. Yeah. People shouldn't be able to just, and we keep saying this, they don't give a fuck. It's been X amount of school shootings since Columbine. Since it was popular. And that shit has only risen. Nothing has changed. And again, that's why I say certain shit don't make sense. Our people aren't developing. But we keep developing all this technology. The people and the technology are supposed to develop together. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how you elevate a society. But when you only have the technology developing and the people are damn near regressing, because why the fuck are we killing kids?
Yeah.
Why are we going into schools and shooting kids, innocent kids at that? Why is it so accessible? Why is it allowed to happen? And why, when it does happen, we don't actually fix it? We just talk about how sad it is. We interview the parents. Yeah, you lost your kid today. How does that feel? So your kid got shot down today in class. How does that feel? You must be going through a lot right now. Really, your kid got an AR bullet in his head? Your kid, you going through a lot, huh? You were at work today when you found out? Oh, you just lost another kid a few weeks ago to X, Y, and Z, or you just lost your partner to this, and now your kid? It's what they like. They like for this shit to happen.
I just feel like a lot of laws should be passed. We have a lot of dumb ass fucking laws. A lot of dumb ass laws. And none of the laws for, hey, we in America ain't no more regular book bags. I don't give a fuck what company is making them. Everybody got a clear book bag.
Something.
Why isn't that a law? All schools must need clear book bags to avoid everything. This is the safety precaution. Everybody needs police patrol on this, because they don't do enough patrolling.
They don't.
They just sit there. They just sit there in their car and then they eat their fucking donuts and be chilling. That's why, like, how often is it, how is it a person? And I ain't gonna lie, update these fucking buildings. I think it was a Catholic church and stuff like that. I went through Catholic schools. Them schools be old as fuck. Like, not like still. We don't got no fucking air conditioning. Well, I'm in the sweltering spring, nigga, writing in a phonics book, and I'm wondering what a fucking. Anyway, then this shit needed fucking strict laws of uniform. I had a fucking flashback because this shit was annoying as fuck. Like, not having an air conditioner and a motherfucker want to teach, and I just came from recess, so I'm sweaty. All type of shit. But yeah, like, come on, like, we need more law enforcement. I don't care. Like, stop having them in these urban communities. Like,
we
these
don't
private
even
schools
need more law enforcement. What we need, we need shit to be regulated correctly. That's the thing. Law enforcement
inside the school?
No, we don't need law enforcement inside schools. That's not even a thing. Why the fuck do we need law enforcement inside schools? That shouldn't
protect the kids.
No, that shouldn't be a thing. It's a school building. It's a school. This should be a safe place already. We shouldn't have to have police officers inside of a school building to maintain the safety of the school building. The fucking, our society alone should be saying the schools should be protected. Not by fucking law enforcement, but just off the strength of us not, them kids should not. It's not living in la la land, because this is, it's not, Nas. There are people in other countries who live the same way, who don't have mass shootings, who don't go through this. It's a lot of people who don't go through or have to go through their kids being shot up every fucking week at a school or something. It's not la la land. It's what we allow over here in America. It's what we accept, and we say, okay, it's cool. We okay with dealing with it. It's not a la la land kind of thing, nigga. They choose to allow us to go through this shit, bro.
And I agree, and I definitely agree, and it's only because of those like you said, those gun laws and stuff like that.
Shit actually has to change, and they have to be willing to make a change themselves for things to actually be different.
I agree.
It's too much shit is going on, and it's like we can't keep blaming. We need police. What the fuck do you need a police officer in a school for?
I think it adds protection.
Matter of fact, you have police. Fear. No, why do you need fear in schools?
I'm not saying it adds fear to. I'm not saying it adds fear to the kids. I'm saying it adds fear to the somebody who's trying to harm somebody, because now they're looking for in or whatever. It's
3 school shootings ago, right? Mm-hmm. We just had police officers who were inside the school building who were telling other parents, "No, you need to leave out. You cannot go in there." Oh, I'm glad I got my kids out of there. We had police officers who arrived at the scene way before school, the shooting started. Mm-hmm. And what them niggas did was they went in there, they grabbed their kids, and they took their kids up out of there and made sure their kids were safe. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. The police officer sat outside the school while the shooter was in there shooting people. No one thought, let me go in, let me go stop this. So you don't fucking need police officers in there. What you need is for the society to value our kids the way that they need to be valued instead of it needing. Why the fuck do they need a protector? Why is anybody even coming to harm them? That's the problem.
Because, and I seen this on, I think, Brilliant Idiots. It's one way to get to America and the wrongs is to kill children.
But who's getting to America? Why is that happening? These are Americans. These aren't terrorists. These aren't people who are from a different country who are coming in targeting school systems. These are the people who are being raised here in this country. Why do the people here raised in this country feel such a way toward this country that they feel like killing the kid is the only way to get a message across?
But that's from the dawn of time.
No, it's not. I've never. That is new. That is not.
Always
people know.
Rotation.
People were not killing kids like this, bro.
What?
And especially in a society. Look at how we make our society look. We supposed to be one of the most modernized countries in the world. Ain't no way shit like this don't even happen in other countries, in third world countries, because again, they respect the children enough to say they have nothing to do with this.
I wouldn't make that bold statement without research.
Nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I get what you're saying, but I wouldn't make that bold statement without at least having some facts to back that. Like,
what facts do you need
to say? Oh well, nothing like this in third world countries happen. Kids are dying like a motherfucker.
People, they're not having mass shootings in schools in other countries.
Niggas is blowing up fucking school buildings, nigga.
In war. That's in a war. That's in a war-torn country. And those are, again, people from another country or whatever, another side coming in and doing that. That's not people within your own community going in and saying, let me go fuck these kids up. That's a problem.
We don't know that. I'm going to just say we don't know that. And that's a valid response to that. We just don't know all the ins and outs to what's going on in another country. All we got is America unless we do the proper adjustments and research to it. Another thing that's been hitting on the news, Jonathan Majors. Yeah. I know, y'all, this is not one of those, like, where we just hitting on. This is just, like, a lot's been going on as far as all this shit, like, with the AI and all that shit. So, but, yeah, Jonathan Majors is, not only is he's beating ass in movies, he's beating ass in reality.
That is not how you know.
Nah, but so he got an allegation towards him saying that he was with his lady and they was coming from a drunk night, and basically something, she called him cheating or something like that, texting another woman, and on a cab on a drunk night. She spazzes out. I guess she initiates the hit, and I guess he hits her or whatever she claims that allegedly went down. And long story short, he got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But in the later news, he didn't do all these things. I was kind of heartbroken when but I seen it coming.
Because he was doing too good?
He was doing too good, and I seen it coming. Because I'm like, something's about to happen. I didn't expect it this early, but I expected a few more blockbusters before it got to his little down part of Hollywood. You know, he got to be glorified. We got to bring him up, and then we have to have this this bad boy session for him, and he's all bad in the tabloids or anything like that. So I seen it coming. She retorted her statements. He didn't touch her. He's the one who called the police and stuff like that. That's a smart man. But time and time again, it's like,
leave these fucking white women alone.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was dealing with a white woman, and from his roles and shit, it's like, I would have never thought. And I'm kind of disappointed. Leave these fucking white women alone, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, he lost a couple of endorsement deals, and it's like the same like with Tiger Woods when he was cheating and shit like that. Granted, Tiger Woods and him did two different things. But I go to say this, that I'm looking back on recent things. Like, you ever heard of the Dana White situation, right? Mm-mm. All right, so the Dana White situation was more so the USC president publicly during New Year's Eve party smacks his wife. He didn't lose.
The president?
The president of USC. His name is Dana White. He smacks his wife, and a lot of the sports commentators, even black sports commentators, are going to his aid, saying that, you know, he wouldn't do something like this. He's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy. Even, you know what I mean? So he didn't lose any endorsements or any. It just blew over, and it is what it is. And it's like, when it comes to a black man, we don't even get that benefit of the fucking doubt. Like, maybe he did not do this. It was, oh, he did it. Lose all his endorsements. Lose all this because he's a bad person. We're gonna show people that he's still a nigga at the end of the day. We can strip all these good things from you. But yeah, in a lot of these situations too, I'm tired of white women being the demise of black men. I don't understand how many times do we have to go through this with the football players, with the entertainers. Like, what kind of power thing do you get from dealing with a white woman? We've seen time, and I'm not saying that black women don't do it too, but it's just quite often that we get into these situations where it's like King Kong. King Kong wasn't bad, you know what I mean? He just had a white woman in his hand. And that's what made it so dangerous. Because why are you having this white woman in your hand? And people like this is like, why do you keep putting yourself in a predicament if you know, like, the dangers?
We just know how, number one, Hollywood is, and we know how white people are. I would have never been caught with a white woman in Hollywood. I'm sorry. I couldn't have been. That's just some shit I'm not gonna play with. Them motherfuckers is too, I don't know. It's always something going on. I'm just so hurt by this. I'm not gonna lie. And I do hope it is one of them situations where he is the victim and like she did lie, and, you know, he was protecting himself or whatever. But the issue is, when shit like this happens, there's never any, they're not gonna offer up them endorsement deals back.
Oh no.
They're
over
not
with.
Yeah. He lost his opportunity, all that. Like, not saying like, okay, everything is gonna shut down for him. But the shit that was presented to him and was like, this is for you, and we have this and that for you, gone. And she can come back and say, yeah, I lied, I made it up. He was
What she did.
Huh?
She did.
Yeah. She did admit all that?
She retorted her statement.
Recanted,
excuse me. Is that the same thing? That's not the same thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, well,
but I could be wrong. Who am I? But to do all that, and now you still don't have them deals. Now they won't even be like, all right, you actually weren't at fault. That's what we be saying when we say certain shit. Y'all fuck shit up for us, and it's like, you can't come back after certain shit. People ain't gonna look at him like Jonathan Majors. They're gonna look at him, that's Jonathan Majors, the one who beat up that white girl. Even though she said, she came back and was like, nah, I kind of lied. That's not what happened. Like, that's always gonna follow you. And it's the same thing like with the rape accusations and shit. Shit like that needs to be held seriously.
Yeah.
You can't just be saying somebody did some shit to you and now you done fucked up everything he had going on. The nigga missed out on deals, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. The harsh reality is with all of this, it's no happy ending for black people.
Yeah,
it's the only happy ending we get as black people is death, and I mean that so wholeheartedly, because anytime we doing something good, we doing something great, it's like but this, but he did that, but he did this, and you're still gonna be a nigga in their eyes. You're still gonna be this person that's shackled in chains and all this parading, and just because you lit and wealthy, nigga, there's no happy ending. The only happy ending you gonna get is death. And that's going to be the blissful peace you're going to get as a black person in America and anywhere, actually, quite honestly. And also, the way white women treat black men, to me, white women is the best dog breeders in the world. Listen,
don't say no shit like that, nigga. Yes, I don't like that.
Listen, I'm gonna say this like this: white women are the best dog breeders in the world because they get the same rotation. They get the black man and they'll fuck them and they'll have them kids and they'll do whatever they want to do and they'll have an addition to their family to open up their lineage. That's the only. They treat black men like fucking teacup Yorkies every time, nigga. Every time.
I don't like the dog breeder shit though.
I understand. I understand that, but that's how they view us. They view us as something to breed. They view us as something less than. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, I love this man, this interracial couple and this. No, they treat us like that. And we got to keep it a band. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for how they treat us.
No.
I mean, you don't have to agree with it. That's how I think, and that's how I view it. I'm just saying.
That was a little aggressive.
I'm sorry, but that's just how I view it. I'm so serious.
I'm not saying shit does not be going on within black men or with black men and white women and shit, and the shit isn't predatory and it's not like done purposely. I just don't like for us to be like considered dogs, and for us to, especially for you to be a black man, using that an example like that. Oh, they are the best dog breeders when it comes to us as humans. We are humans. We not dogs. So it's like to say dog breeders like we not human.
Right. So how do humans treat other things that they're like animals? Bad, right? So how did white people treat black people like they're less than their
I'm not
3/4 or
that,
whatever of a human, right?
So that's not what I'm saying.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm breaking down what I'm saying to you. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that they think that we're less than. So if I'm equating something that people view as a white person that black people are less than, maybe they get an uproar or whatever, but that is what they view us as. I can't give you something, oh, well, they treat us like equals, because I'm not going to give you something that somebody treats you like equal. I'm never going to equate that. I know I'm a fucking human being. I know what I am and what I'm worth, but this is how it's similar to being treated like.
All right.
Welcome to Awkward Thinking, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that's my thoughts on women, white women and black in the media. And I could be very wrong. Y'all could, do whatever y'all feel like y'all want to do in these statements, but I just feel like it is what it is. I feel like we just need to structure ourselves. And why do you feel like you need to get a white woman to signify wealth for you? I don't know just because your kids is gonna have curly hair, you can have curly hair and be black. You can have all different types of strands of hair and be black. I don't see the difference. I don't see the difference. There's nothing unique. The only thing is unique is the smell, and that is not a good unique smell.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I feel like I traded roles with you, nigga.
You did.
But yeah.
I don't know, man. I just don't.
The dog shit really fucked your head up.
It did. I ain't care for it. Like, I get what you was trying to say, and I do understand like what you trying to say, but to be
so
like,
what about it does it bother you?
Because you said white women are the best dog breeders, where it's like, nigga, we aren't dogs. Like, even if you said white women treat us like we're dogs and they try to breed us, that's okay. But when you saying white women are the best dog breeders, you kind of saying it as if it were true. Like you are validating that we are dogs.
How white people view us?
No, you are validating that we are dogs. It's not validating how white people see us. It's you use. Well, yeah, and it is kind of validating how white people see us still. So
what's wrong about that?
Because you're validating it. You're not opposing it. You're validating it. You're not opposing it. And you're not just saying and pointing out, hey, this is how they see us.
Yeah, I'm validating the system that is present. Yes.
So when you validate it, you are upholding that same system.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Because I never said I approve of it. I never said I approved of it, did I?
If I'm telling you, hey, this is... When you do this, you are validating it.
Right.
And you said, okay, well, I'm going to still say it because that's what it is. Then you are still upholding that same system. Saying that white women are the best dog breeders in reference to black men and the children that they have together is you saying out your mouth that black men are dogs. That is what you're saying.
I'm saying
no. That's not what you're saying.
No. Because I'm telling you what you're saying. I'm saying that white women view us.
That's not what you're saying.
That's not what you're saying. So all right, put it like this. However I said it, it still would have validated how they viewed us.
No, what you saying?
Why wouldn't it, Vince?
Because what you are saying is white women are the best dog breeders in reference to us as black men and the kids that we have with them.
Right.
Versus saying white women treat us like we're dogs and they breed with us and they breed us and do this. You are validating.
You're saying the same thing. You're just softening it up.
It's
yes,
not.
you
No,
are.
it's
You're
not
validating
softening it
the
up.
same thing.
It's not. That's like me saying. That's like me saying. I don't know. Like gay people are going to hell. Versus me saying, in the Bible it says that gay people are going to hell, or a lot of religious people say that gay people are going to hell. When I'm saying, okay, gay people are going to hell, that does not give context back to why I'm saying it or what's it being applied to. That's just me saying what it is. That's not me saying, okay, this is these people who believe in it. All you said out your mouth was white women are the best dog breeders. Mm-hmm. That's not saying white women see us as dogs and they breed us and do this and that, and that's an issue.
You're literally saying the same thing.
I'm not saying the same thing.
We could call somebody right off air and say the same analogy. We can even call it to you after this is said and done. I'm saying to you that saying white woman, so what is the difference if I'm like, oh, white men? Listen, what is the difference if I said, oh, white people are slave masters? They're the new era slave masters, just in a different system. Well, so what's the difference?
What you mean?
Exactly what I'm saying.
I'm asking. What?
So I'm saying if I'm used slave in the instance of that, instead of using dog breeders, what's the difference? What's the difference?
I'm confused.
I'm saying, what if I said white women are slave owners and they do this, and then you would have been like, okay, yeah, I mean, that would have been more acceptable for you because that's already been something said in history versus, white women are nigga. Regardless of what I would have said, it wouldn't have went over well because you're still saying you're validating what white people view us as. White people view us as animals. Am I right or am I wrong? Just because you walk down the street, you are listen. You walk down the street, you are a friendly black man. You have not had committed any crimes, but you being a big 6 foot whatever black man, you are a threat. You seem like an animal. What do people do when they see a stray pit bull go down the street? They cross the street. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay, that's right. But let me ask you this.
Okay.
So are you going to go down the street though, and are you going to be like gorilla, monkey, gorilla?
That's how white people do it, though.
Nas, be real.
What?
Did that make sense?
What?
Did that? You as a black man are gonna go down the street and you're gonna point people out gorilla monkey.
As a black
because
man,
white people do it, right?
No,
so that's what I'm saying.
I'm only validating what some white people in America view black people as.
So don't validate it because it's not the right thing. I'm not a dog. Black men aren't dogs, and the kids that we have with them are not dogs or animals.
Right.
So don't validate it. That's what I'm telling you. Instead of you saying yes, this is what it is. And you say it as so matter of fact.
And then I said they treat us like teacup Yorkies, right?
Afterwards,
I wasn't even finished the statement.
No, you was done what you said.
No, I wasn't. I said white women are the best dog breeders. I said, you know why? Because they know how to manipulate a black man and get their kids and do it and for their lineage and X, Y, and Z. They treat black men like teacup Yorkies. That was
afterwards. That was after what you
I said that first part.
And again, though, what I told you with your first part, your first part, the way that you say it, I don't like how you say that. That's it. I don't like how you say it because to me it validates what they are saying, and so that's not a good thing.
What have I said that wouldn't validate that statement?
I told you. Instead of saying, "Oh, white women are the best dog breeders," because then you compliment that. That's what that is. You're complimenting, and then you're validating them looking at us as dogs and animals and shit versus saying white women treat us as dog breeders or they treat us as dogs and they breed with us and this and that. You give them the power versus you doing it in a way of like showing that they are the animals. Because why are you viewing a person this way? Versus, oh yeah, they the best dog breeders because they get a nigga and they do this and that and they have kids with them and offspring and this and that. That does not sound good to me at all.
Doesn't make it good.
That does not sound good to me in a way that to me, that sounds like you are validating what they are, how they see people. And
I'm really drawing a blank on this one.
I ain't gonna lie. I guess we'll let the fans discuss this one.
I'm drawing a real blank on that one because it's just I get where you're coming from to word it, construct it differently, but either way I would say it still validates their point.
It doesn't. I'm telling you why, because instead of you saying it as if it was matter of factly, as if this is a real thing, you say you're not saying the perspective part. That's not what you're saying. You're not saying how they view us. You're saying how they do with us versus it being this is how they see us. You're not pointing that out.
I'm pointing out. They treat us like fucking pets.
No, you said they are the best dog breeders. And they do this with niggas and they do that versus saying they see us like this and so they do this and do that.
It wouldn't make a fucking difference. It's still validating, nigga. It's literally still validating it. But like I said, it's two sides of different perspectives. I said this, and
my fans go ride for me.
I hope they do. I hope they do, and I understand what they're saying. But I mean, not even understand what they're saying. I just believe that that's one of those things where, regardless of how I said it and what I said to the point, it's still going to be just because I didn't say it as harshly or whatever,
it's not harshly,
or
it's
whatever.
It's
you literally you just constructed
it's leaving
it. You
out
put
information. It's leaving out information because when you say you saying white women are the best dog breeders when it comes to having kids with black men and then having them kids for their family.
Yes.
And so when you saying that, to me, that's saying black men are dogs. That's what that's saying. That's to me. It says that you think like that too. That's your yes. It says that you align yourself with that kind of thinking. That okay, yes, we are dogs.
No, that doesn't.
That's what that says to me.
That's saying that to you. What I'm saying,
because it doesn't take into consideration a lot of stuff that's happened up until this point that make black men, number one, attracted to white women. The power dynamics and shit of that. It doesn't take into consideration that. And then it is also just basically you don't point out this is how they see us versus this is like how it is.
Why not point out how they see us? You're not.
What I'm saying is you're not pointing it out.
Though?
You're not.
How am I not pointing it out?
Because you're not being specific about it. You're not. All you're saying is, oh yeah, they breed this and that.
When it comes to black men, do they not treat us like tokens?
Huh?
Do they not treat us like
do some?
All right, but listen, this is what all you're saying is the same thing. Yeah, they're doing this. You're just fixated on how I compare this. And I understand that. As a black man, I wouldn't be wanting to compare this to dog. Mm-hmm. I completely agree with you. And I wouldn't be wanting to be called a nigga. And I wouldn't be wanting to be called a monkey or a gorilla. All these things I wouldn't be called as a black man. But plenty black men in analogies and whatever has compared us to these things to get the view of a black person's perspective on how a white person looks at us. That's it. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're wrong. That's why I'm disagreeing with you. That's why, because it does not matter about, like, yes, how you feel. I get that you agree or whatever, but by saying that white women are the best breeders when it comes to us as people, and you're using us as if we were animals. You said dogs. You said white women are the best dog breeders. At that. When it comes to humans, that's a problem to me. I gotta pee.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up.
I'm walking out.
We're gonna wrap this up. I feel like that was a healthy discussion on ways of thinking. Actually, tell us what you think about that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't cancel us, please. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a kerfuffle. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm Nas. I usually do a positive message to get through the week. So my positive message to get through the week is I don't even have a positive message. I just want y'all to weigh in on what we got going on. Thank you for being awkward with us. See you next week.